especially on a map like this. Because hilltop stores, it's almost impossible to get into with a truck this size, but because you can put an AR frame on the back, you can get around it. So, where is it? Soil types, pH levels. So the pH levels here are 5.75, 6.25, and 6.5. Yeah. 6.75. So that's depending on the soil type what we have now. Looking over here, I think this is the same soil type. That's currently 6.75. Nope, 7. 7's the best. So every time you harvest, you lose 0.25. What the heck happened there? Oh, I have to put the stuff back. But you lose 0.25 of a thing, whatever it is. So I had, dropping from 6.25 to 6, probably not too much of a problem. But dropping from 6.25 to 5.5, that's going to be noticeable on your harvest, which is why you would do it twice. Helper H has completed their task. I doubt it. Oh, Helper H is having issues. Why is Helper H full? Well, there is that.
Yeah, this is really weird.
Yeah.
It says I have to install the slurs.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll change it to running across the field. My favourite brand of I don't really have a favourite brand of tractor, but commonly Valtra is my go-to brand just because of the versatility of their smaller tractor, the Valtra N, where you have seriously high horsepower, all the tyre types. I like the old Fence, the Fendt Favorite 150 or whatever it is. But commonly, I use pretty much everything. On this farm, my two big tractors are a Class 940 and this Challenger. As a mod, this Challenger is brilliant. It's actually a Fendt, or it's the Agco 1000. So it comes in Fendt, Gens, and Challenger colours. But it's a really nice mod. Other things, I'm actually using that case for the first time. I realised I've never really bothered using case on a farm. Class I do like. That's one of CMT Software Smetty's mods, and I used Class through FarmSim, whatever it was, 17, with his Class tractors, and then obviously he did. He was a little bit upset when Giants announced that Class was coming in as an official manufacturer, because that was his speciality, and so he bought out the 900 series for 19, or upgraded the FS19 version that he'd made, and then he started looking for other tractors to produce. So he produced a nice range of Fendt Favorite 800, 600, I think, and I did have a Fendt Favorite 800 on this farm for a while, and then he decided he has gone back to producing class tractors again, and he's producing the early 2000s models rather than the more recent ones. So if you want a brand new class tractor, Platinum expansion, and if you want an older model, then Smetty CMT Software produces those. But I don't really have much in the way of a brand loyalty. What I try to do, at least on this farm, is to mix it up a bit. So we've currently got a JCB 4000 series. We've got a Valtra G, which is set up for spraying, and since we bought it, all it's had on it is the spray kit. And our big tractors are the Challenger and the Class 940. What else have we got? And then mid-sized tractors, we've got the Case and the JCB. Are we going to make that gap? Yes. But I'll mix it around on other farms as well. There is I think that's just a 920 with tracks. But yes, that was one of Giant's sort of post-Platinum Edition mods. Okay, we are back. And our worker gave up again. Oh. So jump out there. Oh, I was going to check on the pH. Yes, see, pH is 5.875 out of 6. That's the what is it? So that's the drop. 0.125 was the drop there. The nitrogen is currently at 80. I probably need it to be about 100, 120 for sunflowers. So you are being annoying. Oh, please start the engine. So I guess I got 2 rows done before it got fed up and went home. Run across the top here and continue going east-west on this field since it's closer to the cardinal points, and we are going to have to spread a little love here. And I am barely spreading anything here. What direction am I heading? 268. 270. Well, next pass will be better, he says confidently. Yeah, I mean, we did, there was a group of us, guy who used to stream, doesn't stream anymore, but he does put out YouTube videos. And we had a really great time in Farm Sim 17 playing on, I want to say South Mountain Creamery. It was on one of Black Sheep's maps. It was an American style map. And I later find out that that's actually a real farm. And there were a bunch of us, and we played on that, and it was really good fun. We had lots of cows, so we were constantly making silage and feeding the cows and cutting the grass and stuff like that. So lots of fun. And then when 19 came out, you could do competitive farming. kind of had a go at that, and it didn't work as a stream, because obviously if you're all on the same voice channel, then somebody who's trying to get some of his guys to, can you go out and plough that field, and you've got other people who are talking over you, and it got very chaotic. So I think, in spite of the fact you can do competitive farming, it's not something that works well as a stream. But apart from that, it's, it is what it is. The result is I tend to prefer a cooperative farm rather than a competitive farm, because then you can have everybody doing the same thing. And typically, you start the session off just saying, okay, we're going to start, we've got these 5 fields to plough, these 2 fields need to be harvested, so I want 4 people on ploughs and a couple of people carting and 1 person harvesting, or whatever. And then as soon as that field's harvested, the ploughers can get back onto that one, type of thing. Tends to work, but once that's happened, you can have conversations about, so what do you think about what's coming for Farm Sim 22 or whatever. Now, one of the things, I'm aware that sunflowers are a low nitrogen requiring crop. So we're not applying masses of stuff to the fields right now. This is going to be the only natural application on this field, and the oilseed radish will be the only natural application on the other field, because I don't want to over nitrogenate my crops. We already did that with the clover purely by accident. I've got clover growing in, because we've got 500 sheep. I've got clover growing in 2 fields that were set up as grass. So I ploughed in the grass, adds nitrogen. I added manure, also adds nitrogen, and then I put then I put the clover in, and it didn't take any additional fertilizer, and then I found out they are so badly over nitrogenated that that's now a problem. So we're not, I'm only going to be putting 1 application of something on a field, so either oilseed radish or the digestate. Plus we haven't built up our digestate reserves just yet, so we don't have enough. But we'll just do the 1. We'll top it off with a expensive fertilizer, and then see where we go from there. So there is that, yes. And I think if I was to do an unstream, something I'm not streaming or making a YouTube video on, then having a competitive atmosphere, and it's not really competitive, it's just everybody runs their own farms and we all sit around and talk about stuff, is fine. Okay, so we'll turn that off. And like I said, there's a bug on that drip feed and the other one. They do not turn off. So there's no way to get the tractor to go faster than 10 miles an hour without dropping it and picking it back up again. Okay, I'm going to fill this tank. I probably shouldn't have gone to fill the truck from the digestate at the BGA looking at this. because that used way less digestate than I thought it would. And I don't think you're supposed to move those field resupply units. When they've got stuff in them, but I think I'm going to have to. I don't know. It's really a case, probably Discord. Get in with the Discord channel of people who play Farm Sim and then put out a call to see who else is playing and what. If you've got an active Farm Sim community, then there's probably always someone setting up a multiplayer farm that wouldn't mind you joining. I mean, obviously sometimes you have issues of, well, we don't know who you are, so it's going to be a probationary thing when you start up. But eventually, once the community is familiar with you and your play style, you'll find them more receptive. And then, of course, the other option is to just gate crash open servers, but that tends to be a free-for-all. Okay, since this tank's full, I'm going to drop it off at the back. Might clean this. Might clean the drip feed. Because we're not using that. I don't think I've got any crops ready for harvest at the moment, but we do have enough digestate lying around local to the farm that we can do another field sometime soon. Now, probably the fields that have sunflowers, they're going to be the last things we get to for harvesting. We will be putting, I might consider putting digestate and oilseed radish in. But because they're going to be holding a, cereal crop, cereal crops can generally be planted in the fall. And so this over here. Alright. So that no improve. What? Oh, okay. Oh, you're kidding me. No, I do not want to do that. Let's fold that up and drop that off the back. There. And we'll drive forwards till it's not seen. I can drop the trailer off there. Nice one. Okay, we now need the cedar. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think it's the Confernland. Hello. Oakfield Sukaz edit. Okay, I'll look that up. Okay, that's the cedar. Now, another one of the mods I'm using here is the realistic cedar mod. Oops, let's go back. Which means I cannot tab through seeds on this seeder, I have to load it with the seed I want. And I don't think we've got any, so we're going to be going shopping shortly. Now, it's my seed store. We have triticale, spelt, potatoes, sunflowers, sugar beets, clover, canola, and grass. What we'll do is we'll run this round to the front. Probably going to have to go shopping with the JCB. Since it's A fast, B has a front loader. And that is not a fertilizer capable thing. Okay, this also needs to go back to the farm. So yeah, I'm going to leave the field recharge tank there. And once we decide where the next good grief, brakes, where the next field we're going to put digestate on, we'll move that down to it. Okay, I'll take this truck in through the bottom, past the sawmill. I have a place where I keep everything, everything in its place type of thing, so I remember where to look for it. Corn, yes. Sunflowers, no. Sunflowers they use a different header. I only have a helianthus header on for this, for my harvester, so I can't actually harvest corn. Also, corn is a cereal crop, and I tend to do wheat or barley for a UK style map. Corn's generally, I think typically corn is primarily an animal feed crop with corn for eating coming from America. Okay. Put all my semi-trailers in this shed here. Oh, that's going to be difficult. The problem with this is it's a very short frame tanker and very long frame truck, so not quite so easy to maneuver. But close enough. And there we go. Tanker is in. Don't need that for a while. And the truck we keep up here, because I have no idea why. Well, I know why. Basically, I have a tipper frame for it, and I use this to sell product up at Hilltop stores. And obviously, you can turn a truck around this big, but getting a semi into Hilltop is horrible. Okay, still have 1,000 litres of clover in the tank. So that's my Valtra G with its tanks on. I need, where did I leave the JCB? Oh, right there, on the baler. So, to the store. Prior to the JCB, we were using the Lindner Lintrack 130 because it has four-wheel steering. It makes it quite an agile piece of kit. And why aren't you connecting? But I felt the Lindner was underutilized. It doesn't have a good array of tyres, so it's not a particularly great as a field tractor. And it doesn't have much in the way of horsepower either. So we got rid of the Lindner and the Fendt Favorite 800 and bought the JCB on the farm, which again very agile because of the four-wheel steering. And I also got a telehandler, which it kind of works a lot better for me, I think. Okay, so we will race down to the store. Also, this tractor is much better at running to the store for the old thing. I was a little disappointed it only has the one engine option. But we do have the case as well, which is in a similar power category. Okay, what have we forgotten to do so far? We dropped off the truck, we've dropped off the slurry tanks. So, oilseed radish it is. This is kind of a trip for what we need. We had canola, we had spelt. So I'm probably going to do spelt as my cereal crop this coming year. I think it's a cereal crop. Oh, okay. We've got canola, we've got sunflowers. That's the thing, I think I've got more than enough of everything for right now, so all we're really short of is the oilseed radish. I do like these Ivor Williams flatbed trailers. Very useful for the small runaround tasks. This is one of, I guess you could say, 3 flatbed trailers we use. I've got a Johnston trailer which can be used for logs and animal transport.